Hello everyone and welcome back to Space Engineers. Today, let us try and make this room out. We want this to go as little to the left as possible, so we might just continue along this wall. So we'll use the same strategy we used earlier for building these things, and I think we need some steel plate. And we will work out an outline for the room first, and then we will drill out the rest of it. So I'm just gonna make this the wall and the floor the wall right there. So now if I remember correctly, a large cargo container is 3 by 3. Let's just have a quick look. So that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 3 by 3. And we were wanting to have 3 to 4 cargo containers in here. So that sounds like a pretty large room to me. And I'm wondering whether we should just stack them all up on the wall across from us, where the ship is right now, and just leave it like that. Although you wouldn't be able to stack 2 on 2 because this room won't be tall enough. Now, the other option I was thinking about was have 3 on the left, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. That'd be 4. I'm not sure how we would fit an odd number in here. I'm sure we could figure something out if we really wanted to. But let's just... But the whole point of that is that we need to do the math. So we would need at least 6 plus maybe 2 blocks on this. Well, it depends. Minimum of 6 blocks is what we'll need going in. And since we're making this the wall on this side, actually, we could make the wall even one further inside, because we are going to put the door. We're going to put the door here. The door is going to go there, and the extra block is going to go there. And there is the question of, do we want another corridor? I do like the idea of having corridors to connect these rooms. You know what? If we have a corridor, we could actually have the room opening out that way. Yeah, that might be quite cool, and then I don't have to worry as much about the space. I don't have to worry as much about us blowing out of the asteroid. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. So let's do that. So block there, block there. So this will be our 3-block corridor. I'll take the other block out. So we don't need these. Don't need... Oh, inventory full. We don't need that. Let me just... actually, I don't want to weld that up. Could weld these up though. Okay, take these out. Yeah, so not entirely sure how wide we want, how tall we want these. Let me just, come on, doesn't like it. Oh, I'm out of steel plate. Am I? Oh, we've got a bunch of construction components. Where did we pick that up? Okay, let's put these away and pick up more steel plates. There we go. Okay, so, oops, that's not quite what I meant. Okay, so we've got, so I won't weld these up because we need to take them off so that the, oh no, actually that's the other thing I decided. I'm not going to go out that way. I'm not going to build a room in that direction. I think it would be too close to the front of the base, and I realized that if I end up coming out, then it would look a little odd that the main control room... Oh, the music just kicked in for some strange reason. So I realized that if it does end up coming out the front, then it would look a little odd, or it would feel a little odd, at least to me, that there is a room there that is not connected directly to this room, that you have to go all the way inside the base and back around here to get to it. So that felt a bit odd. So I'm not going to have a room coming out there. So we'll work something else out for that room and other rooms. Oh, it's nighttime. So there is no room going on that side. Now it does feel like maybe there's a little too much space on this side of the room now. And maybe we could put something else on the other side. Maybe some batteries or something. But for now, we'll just leave it like that. So we can actually weld this up, because we're not going to build anything else there. Okay, let me just take some of this out. Oops, clearly blew that up. There we go. Clearing just the... I don't actually need to clear the edge of it that much because I'm going to cover it up. But I'll do it anyway, just a little bit of it. Okay, so I'm going to put another block there. Fix that. And what we're going to have is we're going to have the... Actually, not that one. Not that way. That way. And I'm going to have it on this side. Like that. And then we're going to put in the half blocks. Half blocks. 1, 2. Of course, the half blocks on this side. Oh, I have a steel plate. So we've got the half blocks on this side. And the question is, where do we have this door? So I think 2 there is fine. Wonder if I should have the door here. How would that feel? Actually, I think that looks quite nice and snug onto that half block. But we'll check out how that looks later. So, coming in through here, and there is a door there, going through there, which is fine. But I think we need a bit more space. I think 1 more block there will do. And I'll just do a little bit of trim there. Just a little bit there. So we need to go out through there eventually anyway. Let me just weld these up. And then, so that's on, yeah, that's on that side. So we will use, just wondering whether I will need a half block on this side actually, so we might need 2 blocks. Slope, actually I could use a slope. Would that work? Nope, that would look a bit odd. Oh, actually I could use that half block slope. Not like that. Like that. Yeah, that might work. And then I would have, what would I do here? I would need to have a half light armor block, and I would probably need to do the same thing as I did opposite over here. Oops. Can't do it that way. Would that work? Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? That would work if I had if I do this, if I put a light armor block there and there, wait, come on. Yeah, that would work.
Meteor storm inbound.
Out of steel plate again. Yep, so you know that you come over here and then you go through that door. Yep, okay. So before I go in and should I won't weld these doors up yet. I'll just pick up some more steel plate. Okay, I don't like the sound of that. So clearly there are still impacts on this asteroid here. But fortunately for us, we are nicely embedded inside this asteroid and don't think we are taking any real damage. No, I think not, which is great news. So I'm really pleased with the idea that of building this base into the asteroid. I am thinking though that maybe I should plug in another turret here. And I wonder if the simplest way of doing that is to take this out. Or, actually there is another way, but the only problem is that might blow up some of our ships with its aiming. Maybe I should put another turret up here. Yeah. I feel like that might be a wise move. So let me just put these steel plates away and put the scrap metal away. And I think I will need some interior plate. I will need some motors. I will need some small steel tubes. I'm not sure what else we will need. And what I will do is I won't be able to extend that out. Oh, actually I don't. I will extend this out. So over here, turn it. Come on, turn the other way. That way. And then 1, 2, how much further? 3, and then we put that there. I know what I forgot, construction components, but let me just put these in. Oh, I ran out of everything. Okay. Construction component. So construction component. Okay. Let me just construct these. Yep, there we go.
Energy low.
Okay, and what we'll do is on top of this, let us, do we have a Gatling turret somewhere here in any of our toolbars? Nope, so, oops, not turret. So that's an interior one, missile turret. I think that seems like it might be a little overkill. I don't want it blowing up my base. So just like that, it goes there. And let me just construct that, recharge my energy, and I'll be right back. There we are. And one more thing that we will do okay, is to just set it up so that it can pick up the appropriate amount of ammo. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this and paste it right there, and I'll just put 70 in both of these so Tim doesn't keep complaining that it can't fill that request. So that's 2 of them set up now. But I forgot to charge my energy, which I will do now. Yeah, so it's now only, it's sad only about the fact that it can't fill the beaver with steel plate. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and start to complete this project here. And that, of course, involves more steel plates. And we can also now just fill this space up. So let me just build that up. Yeah, that's looking good. Then we've got this space here. We'll do the rest of the walls and the ceiling later. And what we want to do is we want to drill out a space through where we are looking at right now. And I'm thinking I should do at least part of that with this ship here, because that's a pretty big space we will need to drill out. Oops, come on. Am I stuck somewhere? Where am I stuck? Oops. Am I stuck? Oh no, it's I didn't see that. It is against the wall there. Okay, so I don't want to go that way. So what I should probably do is, yeah, so I've cleared some space right up against that wall, which is not what we will do further down the line, because we will have this room go there. Yeah, we don't want it. We don't want the walls. We want a gap in between them. Otherwise, it feels a little too blocky to me. No, it's only like one block in between, but yeah, I want that space. I mean, that's why I was going to build the room over on this side, but obviously that has other issues, so we'll just have the space here. So we still need at least 6 blocks going that way, probably more. I mean, there is the option of, well, could we do a second floor on top? No, that'd be like 9 blocks. That's probably going to be too big. So let me just want to clear this space out straight through here. So that'd be okay. So I'm just gonna mine a little bit out here. So we know that we need at least 6 blocks going that way. So let me just put some of these down. Oops. I can't get up on top of that without doing this. Just gonna dig my way out. There we go. So let's just count these up. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's spot on 6, which is not going to be enough because we still need a certain amount of space for us to walk around. Unless we put them, if we put them exactly from this wall onwards, then the other option is that we put 3 on So when we walk in through the door, we put 3 on the right side and 3 on the left side. But if we want to do that, this hall would need to go further down and then open up, which is something we could do. But is that what we want to do? So there would be 3 large cargo containers on the left and 3 large cargo containers, sorry, not 3, 2. 2 large cargo containers on the left and 2 large cargo containers on the right. Or do we try and find a way to fit 3 in there? So you could have 2 and 1 in the middle of it. And we could have them all right in the middle of the room like we have in the refinery room. Or we could have 4 in the middle of the room. I think I like the idea of having them in the middle of the room, kind of like we have in the refinery room. So we will go for that, which means that you need 6, and then 2 in the front, 2 in the back, so that's 8 blocks. So that'll become an 8 square block room. Yes, it will. So we are right now at 6 or 7. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need an 8th one there, and then we have the wall. Yep, so that becomes the wall going the other way. So let me just, so we need 8 that way as well, so I'll just dig that out. Just checking. Is that low enough? 1, 2, 3. It's starting to get. Oh, we're out of the range of gravity, so we were going up a bit. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4,
Meteor
5,
storm inbound.
6. Seven, 8, and the wall. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the wall. So that's the wall or the floor? That's the floor. So we now need to go this way. Okay, so we've started to build that thing out, and we have noticed that there is no gravity. So what would be the... I mean, ideally we would have it 75 meters outside of its range and then plug it in, but for the time being I am just going to pop one here, and then we can worry about the proper placement of the gravity generator later. So gravity generator right there. So let me just weld that up. I'll be right back. There we go. So we should have gravity in that part of the base now. Let me just pick up some more steel plates and we'll go and check that. Okay, gravity, 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 gravity. Here we go. Yep, we've got gravity. Perfect. So let me just drill out this section of the wall or the floor, and I shall be right back. Okay, so we've got this section now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I will start to place these ones going that way. And that should take us back, if I've measured everything correctly, back to the start of the room. And look at that. Yeah, that should be... Is that not spot on? Well, let's check. Wait. Why does it want to place that there? Okay, one. Look, it's a little bit lower. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Okay, so that is pretty much the space of that room. What we also need to figure out, so that is actually the first block of the wall. We haven't got the floor in yet, but you know what, we could probably do that using this ship. We haven't figured out the height for the ceiling yet, but we can do that too. Let me just mine a whole bunch of this stuff out, and then we'll come back. Okay, so this is the entrance. Shouldn't build that section. Oh, wait a minute. Did we miscount? Because, or is this room going to be one extra size? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, that's 8 on both sides. Yeah. So why does this space think that it should be coming in there? So that's the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is one too close. Okay, let's take this off. We can fix that easily. So drill a little bit there and put a block right there. Just gonna clear this a little bit there, and then I'm just gonna go this way. Come on. There we go. So that's actually the room. I'll just... Do we have the space for the floor? Possibly not, but let's just lay as much of the floor as we can, and we'll fix the rest. Alright, so here we go. That's the room. The next thing I want to do is we need to figure out the height of the ceiling. Now, we decided to have a 3-high ceiling so that you can see all of the... Just put this, so that's 1, 2, okay, so it needs to be much higher than this 3, okay. So I am wondering what the best way... I'll just start drilling this out. Where is that? So I probably will need a guide. I don't want to drill too high, but in fairness, we need the 3 blocks for the room. So that's 1, 2, 3. Plus we need the 1 block for the roof. Plus we need at least 1 block on top, maybe 2 blocks for our piping. So we probably can't, as long as we don't drill way too high, we'll be cool. So I'm just gonna do as much of this as possible and I'll be back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to drill this section out. So we've got 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to have 4. So let me put 4 there. And then we're going to have 5. Yeah, so let me just, so 1, 2, 3. Is it 3? Yeah, 3 should be the room. 4 is the roof. And then we've got 5 and 6, which is going to be the extra space for us to move around and fix things. I will just double check those measurements because that is 1, 2. Yeah, that's 1, 2. The roof is the third one. And I'm pretty sure that in the refinery room it is 1, 2, 3 and then the roof. 1, 2, 3 and then the roof. Yeah. So what we need to do here then, so that's 1, 2, 3, then the roof, and then we've got 2 more spaces here. So this is going to be, we want to mine out up to about there. So what I will do actually is I will put a block there, and that means that I can just walk on it, drilling away. Take this off and just stand there, drill. There we go. How far away does that need to go? Probably count them out. So 1, 2, 3. So this is the 4th one. 4, 5, 6. So 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, and 9. Does that seem about right? Maybe I should drill up here just to, it's probably not as simple to drill up as I imagine. Huh, let's just clear some of that space and then we can make up our mind. Here we go. I want it a little closer here. There we go. There we go. Let me just check that space out. Yep, I think that might be spot on. Although we needed one more thingy higher, but that's okay. Wow, this is a pretty big room, huh? That's cool. We don't really need to drill that much in there. So now we want to put these out here like so. So remember, this is not actually the top of our roof. That is just the space I am using to mine out the rest of, as in, because the extra bit actually comes on top here. I'm just using this to walk on as a guide for placing the blocks. Okay. So how far have we got here? So put this one. Come on. Okay. This one there. So let me just count those out. Oops. It doesn't look like it will be enough, but let's just count them out. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need 8 and then one more. There we go. Can I fit one here? Yeah. So that
Storm inbound.
is where it will connect with that there. So let me just drill that stuff out. There we go. We're just doing this section by section, just because it feels a little easier, and we can verify as we go. Okay, we've got all this section here, which we don't need. Feels like I could probably take a lot of these sections out. Okay, so does that connect? Yep, it looks like it. So we will take this out this way. Looks like this might, well, it goes about halfway through. Okay, let's go through and drill the rest of that one out and count as we go along. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 set up. And maybe more. So let's just check that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we need one more here. 9. There we go. Let's go clear that space out. Okay, I'm looking sideways. Let me just correct that. Yep, so this is the bit that we'll just clear out just now. Oops, running into a wall there. Okay, so let me just, oh, I need to clear that space. Okay, off we pop and pop this section on. Wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, yeah, so that's 4, yeah, that makes sense. And let's get this section out here. Oops. Yep. So let us just clear, hopefully, what seems to be just that final section or most of it. So let's just clear this. Okay, so that is the rough framework. That's actually not the roof. This is the roof. That's going to be the section through which we're doing all the piping, and there's just a little bit of extra clearance on top so that we can move around and do things. I'm just going to make a little bit more clearance there. And we also need to think about how we're going to exit this room, because we need a way to take this drilling machine out, unless we just dismantle the whole thing in here, which is always an option, but we still need to make a refinery room. Hey, oh, that's just some space we made ourselves manually. Okay, so the question is, do we have a door there or door there? Now, door there might be a problem. I'm just going to park this right in this corner, actually. There is a reason for that. This one has a beacon. I want to actually check the range of that beacon. I also want to check how much battery. 41 days of battery. Yeah, that'll be fine. So, beacon. And I just want to check its range. 5,000. Okay, we're not going that far. So let me just get down on the ground here and run along. Wow. It's become a bit of a sprawling base. It's not really very interconnected. So to get from get to a room, you have to go all the way around. Oops, I went too far. So the mole is right there, which is, let's say, about 75 meters, 75 meters inside. So if we drill 70 meters this way, the mole will be able to get out. So we're really not that far into the rock face. But if we go this way, and if we check for the mole, it's a good 200-300 meters away. Actually, probably, yeah, almost 300 meters away. So the question is, do we keep digging in? Yeah, we'll keep digging in, because I want to keep the nuclear reactor like inside, as far in as we can reasonably do. I really want to use this opening for a hangar. It's a natural opening that we already have, but I'm not sure exactly how we would set that up. But we can figure that out later, if and how we're going to do it. Oh, I forgot that I've got piping exposed here. Let me just cover that up. I meant to do that in that episode and I clearly forgot. Okay. Easy peasy. Way out of steel plates, probably. Let me just go pick some up. Okay, that's looking better. And let's go back into our storage room, which is clearly a bit of a runaway. I hope this guy's wearing a Fitbit because he'll get loads of steps. Alright, there we go. So, the next thing to do is we will... Actually, before we get carried away, one thing we should definitely do is place those things in, which is the large cargo containers, which are in my inventory here somewhere. Clearly not that. 6 large cargo container. Now I suspect I need interior plate. Yeah, let me go get some interior plate. Interior plate. Okay, so we need 2 blocks in and 2 blocks in. Like that. 1, 2, 1, 2. Actually, one thing I forgot is I want to make sure it's facing... Oh man, that's really irritating. Okay. What I need to do is put a block here. Okay. There's a cheat for this. Just do that. Oh crap, did it just drop that steel plate into the abyss? Okay, I want to take... Come on. What are you doing with all the steel plates? Oh, it didn't. Okay. Oh, that was a neater trick, which is I can just take... Okay, just gonna pop them on the ground. All of them. Pick that up. Honestly, in the time that I did that, I could have just gone and picked the other one up. So what I want to do is put that there and put that there. Oh no, wait. Now that needs to go here, which are the edges. Oops. Yeah, because this is the second block in, that is the second block in, and we can put this there. And I was really hoping to be able to see, yep, like that. And fortunately, I've got some interior plate just lying right here.
Inventory full.
Okay, so like that. Yep, that works. And then
Inventory full.
these are just placeholders, so we... Oh shit. Oh no, wait a minute. Yep, I miscounted. Unless... Yeah, I forgot that I need 2 on the other side as well. So we actually needed 10 blocks. 1, 2, then 4, then 6, sorry, and then 1, 2. The other option is to just... No, I want 2 spaces. And I want 2 spaces that way. And I want 2 spaces that way. So we need to expand this room by 2 blocks. 2 blocks that way and 2 blocks this way. And we will do that in the next episode. I can actually put some of them in here. There we go. Because it'll take too long. And I'm all mined out for today. So in the next episode, we will extend this room by another 2 blocks, place down our 4 cargo containers, and if we have enough time, actually, you know, we have a little bit of time left probably. So let me just put this wall in, because this wall is already in place here. That won't be right. So we are only this is not going to be, yeah, we can put the whole wall in because we will still need at least that much. And we can actually also put the ceiling in, because the ceiling is only going to be that big. Actually, we can check that. It's worth checking, right? Does the ceiling slot go right to... There we go. Now, we won't put the block in the middle there, because that's where we're going to have our, not our connector, our conveyor tube connecting up. Yeah, check that out. Oops, forgot about that hole. So we've got, yeah, I think this room will work. I'll just put a few blocks here. And it should have a nice feeling of majesty. Ooh, there's a bit of stone right here. Oops. Oh wait, we also need to find a place for how we're going to take... Oh, we need to make that side bigger anyway, so no point putting this wall there. So let me just put this one there though. Okay. Let me just put my light off so we can see this a little bit better. With all the shine. Yeah. So that's going to be the roof. It's clearly a much bigger room than the assembler room. I'm not sure if it will be much bigger than the refinery room. It might be about the same size. And although it's more square, I think the assembly room, so the refinery room is more of a rectangle. We will blow out a couple of more blocks that way and that way, and we will set up the walls and the roof, and we will set up the 4 large cargo containers and see if we have even enough time to pipe it all in the next episode. Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks very much for watching, and see you next time.